Hello, all you geeks and degenerates out there. Welcome to our video, and today we're pretty much reviewing a little weird, out of context, out of this. We haven't even did any anime reviews recently, right?
I mean, we did
We,
Mugen Train.
we did
All
movie
right,
train. That was it.
right. Okay, yeah. But this one we're doing a review on Gundam, Iron Blooded Orphans, and today I am your host, John. So pretty much right off the bat, the story of this fucking anime. Holy shit. Have you guys watched the what was the name of that one movie? The one with the conch shell and the kids crashing in a plane. Was this that went to an island? They're all like
Um,
kids.
I think I know what you mean. I'm blanking.
Uh, Lord of the Flies. Lord of the Flies.
There we go.
Lord of the
Yeah,
Flies.
Lord of the Flies. So if you pretty much watched Lord of the Flies, you pretty much know the premise of this anime. But yeah, so right off the bat, what were you guys' thoughts on like seeing this trailer or like hearing it from somebody like a best friend who's been recommending it to you for 2 years, but you didn't never finish it,
Wow.
and now he's
Would that
enjoying
best
it.
friend- Would that best friend like to start first?
Sure. Actually, it was two friends of mine, Jomer and a fencing partner, who kept begging me to watch it. I finally did this week. And oh my god, I'm gonna kick myself. I wish I could do a reverse flash and just beat the shit out of myself from the past to watch it, because this anime is really good. The story is excellent. The battle scenes are amazing, and hearing that season 2 is even better, I'm excited to start that soon.
Yeah, I'm excited to host that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Ed?
I actually didn't see any trailers for IBO. Like I never saw any of the promotional material, and you never really talked to me about it. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I didn't have much to go on. I only started watching it because I was sitting in my living room one day looking through Netflix, and I was like, kind of want to watch a Gundam show. And like I've heard of Iron Blooded Orphans, and like I heard it was good. Like on the internet, just on the comment sections of on the comment sections.
Keep that in.
On the comment sections of YouTube videos and shit. So I figured, like, why not, right? And I was very pleasantly surprised. I've seen a lot of the Gundam shows over the years. My first one was Seed, and then I went on to watch things like Wing, Double O, Build Fighters. I watched a bit of Unicorn. I watched Thunderbolt, and IBO is probably up there among my favorites of the Gundam shows I've seen so far, because it's just really fucking good. And I mean, come on, the Gundam designs in the show are really fucking cool.
They look like Crush Gears.
Exactly.
I love it.
They're like Crush Gears on steroids. That's great.
And can walk.
Yeah, and like this show does a lot of the things that I really come to know and love about Gundam in general, which is, high octane action scenes, very interesting political storylines. Because I actually do really enjoy the politics in the show, and I really like the cast of characters. Like, none of them really annoyed me or anything.
Yeah.
Like, they were all pretty good, like pretty solid.
For me though, like y'all know that I'm a big Gundam fan.
Mhm.
like I pretty much have figures on my wall. I will not grab all of them and show them to you guys. Fuck it. But like, but yeah, I've been a fan of Gundam for a very very long time. Ever since Wing came out here in the Philippines, like holy shit. Especially the mixture of Linkin Park's song with it. I was like,
Mm.
but yeah, like I've watched all of the UC Century, Gundam C, Double O, Wing. Seeing this, I had my doubts because this was right after Reconquista, and this was the Reconquista is like one of the worst Gundam series out there,
Really?
and I was so disappointed. I was like, I am scared of this one because it looks gritty and looks serious. but I'm scared that they might botch it or like they might fuck it up. Well, thank God I didn't. Yeah, thank God I didn't disappoint though. Like I would say that mm, the first few episodes were a little bit slow, but
Yeah,
then it got to me. It pretty
it's
much
just
got to
it's
me.
just like season one is a very slow burn,
It,
Mm-hmm.
it
like
is.
for
It is.
sure.
And I can see why Enzo kind of took a while with it because he was stuck in that like episode 1 to 10
Yeah.
area,
Yeah,
and then onwards it's just a pretty much full on roller coaster.
yeah. It takes a while to get going, but once it gets going, it never really stops and just sprints all the way into season two,
Yeah.
which we'll talk about it like
Like in
in this
another video.
This is just for season one. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah. So pretty much we get to the first arc of like this show was pretty much them taking over. What was the name of the CG
CGS.
CGS?
Yes.
Was it?
CGS, yeah.
Yeah, the CGS base. And what were your thoughts on their actions in this one?
Um, I mean,
Because this
just
was very guerrilla warfare.
yeah, I'm justified considering the fact that they were all being treated like shit. It's like
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah, I mean,
go on.
they were all with I think very justified in what they did, and yeah, it was guerrilla warfare because they're a bunch of fucking kids. They're not
Yeah.
gonna take these
Yeah.
guys head on. So I like that, and I like the grittiness in the show, and I like how that sort of sets the tone for how this story begins. And like yeah, in that slow start, the first few episodes are all about these kids taking over the CGS space, and like while it's slow, like I did enjoy it for a bit.
Like I didn't know until I finished the entire show that the person who wrote this story was pretty much the same person who wrote Anohana. And I was like, no wonder this shit is so fucking good. Yeah,
Season 2 makes a lot of sense now.
season 2 makes a lot of sense now.
You need to fill me in on what that is.
No,
No?
watch season 2, then we'll tell
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Because this is such a big spoiler if we
Okay.
tell you what this person wrote.
Okay.
Like wait, yeah, I don't know, I just love the whole guerrilla warfare, them taking hostages just out of the whole doing countless of war crimes.
Yeah.
These 17 to 6-year-olds doing war crimes right off the bat.
Yeah.
Hey man,
But-
be like that sometimes.
Yeah. But it shocked me so much at the first episode. There's just this kid just patrolling, just guarding the base, and gets shot by a sniper. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, it's this kind of show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's that kind of show.
So, what'd you guys think of pretty much Gundam Barbatos?
I love it.
Barbatos is so fucking cool.
Yeah,
Like all like the mainstay Gundams are like really fucking cool. Barbados was awesome. Gujan was awesome.
Gushan. Space Guts.
Literally space guts.
It is Space Guts.
That's just I really like the Gundams in this one, man. Like,
Same. Oh, fine, I'll get one. So far, this one is my favorite one, and it's fuck, I forgot his name. Astaroth. There we go. Yeah, Gundam Astaroth. He's
What
from
if
the
Joe
OVA.
Mark pulls his entire collection to show us?
Maybe throughout this episode, maybe.
Sure.
just like occasional like product placement.
Yeah. Sponsored by Bandai.
I wish.
But yeah, what did you think about it, Enzo? Like pretty much the design. Were you turned off by it, or just like were
Turn
you?
off.
cool
Are
with
you
it?
kidding? It's beautiful. It's amazing to look at. I wish I had a piece of that in my shelf. It's like, can I find it somewhere? Can I find it somewhere? Probably. Can.
Dude, if you want, I can order one. You just pay me. I'll build it for you properly, and then I'll send it to you.
Nah, I can't. I can't build it though.
Okay. Yeah. I know a place where you can buy first.
Okay.
Like, cheap.
But yeah, it's one of the best looking robots I've seen in any form of medium. It's like Transformers Who. I like Gundam forever now.
Same. Same. But yeah, so pretty much after the whole war, like this little war that they had within this base, just trying to take it, and Galahorn pretty much bombarding this base right after these kids took it, and pretty much the introduction of Barbatos. We get introduced to Cordelia, the princess, the queen,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yes.
yeah, Miss Cordelia, the
Cordelia
children's wife.
Einstein or something.
Yeah,
The
did
wife
you
of
guys
the people.
waifu of the people? Did you guys find her like annoying or anything? Just
No.
like because this was just a huge escort mission for just to get from Mars to Earth.
Yeah, but I really liked her. I really liked her character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I found Cordelia a very interesting character. Yeah, in the beginning, she kind of falls into that stereotypical damsel in
in
distress, rich
distress.
girl kind of trope. But over the series, she progresses very nicely, and by the end of season one, like she goes from this naive, well-wishing princess into somebody who knows how this world works and how to navigate around that while still maintaining that optimism she had at the very beginning of the show, which is something I really liked.
Yeah,
Because a lot of shows like take these characters and just go to the exact opposite extreme with them in the end, where like they become just jaded, cynical, and like 3 edgy 5 me.
yeah,
But they didn't do that with Cordelia, which was very refreshing to me. Like she did mature and she did grow out of her childish innocence at the beginning of the show, and like she becomes a very capable like politician by the end of season
Yeah,
one.
she was like a 16-year-old politician. I'm like,
Yeah,
how?
but
yeah, like by the end of the show, you see her like learn all of these things about interplanetary politics, economics, and just you see her become this just this business person. And it's just really cool to see. And I like how they treated Cordelia in this one. Like I thought she was a very good character.
Yeah.
yeah.
So just any thoughts on that?
I like how she, yeah, as you said, she's 16 and she hopefully changes the politics of the landscape for the better.
Yeah.
Like hopefully it's the right direction.
But yeah, I do like it that she pretty much went like down to the grit where she's surrounded by child soldiers.
Yeah.
Seeing how they live and how they like act around each other. Seeing the disgusting part of Mars that's not being taken care of, while there's this whole other city that's bright. There's a
Yeah.
rich people shit pretty much.
Yeah,
Yes.
and yeah, that's another thing too. Is Cordelia is an actual character in the show. She's not just a plot device for our main cast of like Mikazuki and Orga.
Yeah.
Like she has her own goals, and she works with like she's just as part of the, she's just as big a part of the main cast as the rest of Tewa's. Um, or Tekadan, sorry. Tewa's
Yeah. Tekadan. Tewas.
Tekadan.
Tewas.
Tewa's. Forever in my heart.
Yeah. But
Anyway.
okay.
Anyway, just saying, again, just Cordelia was done really well.
Yeah, she's not your typical damsel in distress. Sure, she's useless in a fight, but
Yeah.
like
She started out as that.
yeah. But you could tell that this girl has merit. This girl pretty much
Yeah.
can do something way bigger than just
Yeah.
throw a punch or fight
Yeah,
for people.
Yeah, and like you need that in a cast of basically like just a bunch of child soldiers.
Yeah.
Like you need that character who can do more than just fight. Well, who can't necessarily fight like in a warfare kind of sense, but can fight her own battles in her own way, which in this case is as a politician and as a business person.
Yeah. So I would like to move on to our main character, and that is Mika. Any thoughts on that crazy son of a bitch?
That son of a bitch is badass, that's for sure. Like towards the end, he's fighting and his eyes just bleeding crazy. He just doesn't give a shit. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy right in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mika's a fucking psycho. Like, actually. But I mean,
Yeah.
like, I get it. Like, given his story and like how it intertwines with Orgas and the rest of Tekadan, like, you get why this kid's fucked up. And
The, he shot a man like when he was 10.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and the thing is actually like like the major like theme for this show I feel is that everything's kind of like kind of mid at first, but then it
Mm,
gets good towards the end.
it
And
does.
like Mika very much follows that same kind of trend where it's in the beginning I found him kind of boring and just there's really nothing like drawing me to the character, but as the show progressed and you see how committed he is to his brothers for lack of a better word
Mm,
and his family and just the lengths he's willing to go to for Tekadan and to fulfill Orga's ambition, it becomes a very interesting thing to see, and there's a lot of layers and nuance to Nika as a character.
yeah.
So, like as far as protagonists go, I think he's pretty solid.
Uh, I want to touch on his fighting style though, because holy fucking shit! Like, this boy doesn't hold back.
Yeah.
Like,
He's not here to fuck around.
because okay, one thing I love about this character is that majority of I've watched a shit ton of Gundam, letting you all know, and there are only two characters, okay, three characters that really stand out, and it is Setsuna FCA, Hiroyui, and now Mika Argas. Like, holy shit! They're not the pretty boy, heart of gold, wants to stop war. Nah, these guys are pretty much finished the mission, doing the P shit. We do that after.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I love about this, because it is majority of Gundam is pretty much cut and paste. You got the main character, he's the heart of gold, he has a love interest. You have the bad guy, which is pretty much Char Aznable. And yeah, it gets a little bit boring. So Iron Blooded Orphans is such a breath of fresh air, especially with the character of Mika. Yeah, I agree with Edwin that he is a little bit boring at the start, but then you do see a little bit of cracks in his character. Like you
Yeah,
start
you see
to
what makes
care.
him tick.
Yeah, you start
Yeah.
to see this cold child care.
Yeah.
Like
It's not even that. It's you start to see what's under the surface.
yeah,
Is the thing, and you start to understand why Mika is the way that he is, and
Hmm.
it's not that he changes all that much, which he does though,
he
like over the
does.
course of the show's 2 seasons. But the thing that made him interesting was like you get that exposition and you get that deeper look into his psyche,
Yeah,
and you get to understand what kind of person he is.
but I gotta say, the fight scenes in this one is just so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like this is not your regular Gundam. With Gundam, you got like beam cannons, you got beam sabers, you got people just blowing up. You don't see the aftermath or like the process of them getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Like here, he doesn't. They don't. This is what I like about it. They don't put beam sabers anymore. They don't do beam rifles or anything like that.
Is
These
that
are
why the
all
sword doesn't light up anymore?
yeah.
Okay.
This is just their theme. This is just their theme.
Okay.
That they're far from beam weaponry. They're
Okay.
using actual material. That shit.
Yeah,
They would put
they use
am-
actual ammunition.
yeah, they use actual ammunition that like I feel like has more impact compared to a beam. Well, Gundam Unicorns beam rifles kind of crazy, and I kind of like that. But like them using heavy hammers,
Mm-hmm.
maces, not sure a sword from here to there, but that's kind of rare. And then they put a camera in the cockpit, and you just see what happens to the pilot when they get crushed by it. I'm like, oh my god.
Poor Akiro's brother. He gets crushed by the
Akihiro, yeah,
Akihiro.
by the fucking thruster
Oh,
hammer.
man.
yeah, and you see what happens. Like,
man.
oh no.
That was a tough scene to watch,
Yeah.
man. A lot of this anime is like really tough to watch because, like Drummer was saying, like the action in here is very fucking visceral.
It is.
And yeah,
Tastefully
and
done.
like it's not. Yeah, it's very tastefully done as well, and
Yeah.
it's not overindulgent or anything. And I would say the use of traditional weapons and traditional ammunition not only adds extra punch to the action scenes, but it also drives up the stakes because like in the middle of the like in these fights, like these fuckers will run out of ammo, their
Yeah.
weapons will break, and you're sitting there one like just oh shit,
Oh
like
God.
yeah, you can't really like rest on like their beam weapons. They can just fire them as long as they're moving.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Like
Like with beams, you could get away with. Oh, he has enough ammo.
yeah, like here, like people run out of ammo. They have to resupply it. They have to get repairs.
Yeah, and it costs them time. It costs them men. And
Yeah.
usually, once you go back to get resupply, your friend might be dead already. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I love about this this specific Gundam series. It becomes real. It becomes too real. And I, speaking of deaths,
What's the name of the woman that was
oh
telling them like, "I will wait for you to fight. I'll
wait,
stand
wait,
there."
wait, no, no, I'll get to that. I'll get to that.
Alright.
I'll get to that. So speaking of deaths, so they finally get to Earth, and they finally got connections, and they got everything ready, and they're all ready to go. But there's this woman named Kartas,
Yeah.
Kartas issue, Kartas issue. Yeah.
Oh god, issue.
Yeah. Her name is
Oh man.
legit spelled issue,
Yeah.
and she pretty much backhands the entirety of Tekadan by
Yeah.
killing their main brain, and that is Biscuit. I'm like,
Why?
this fucking bitch really had to fucking do that.
Yeah. Oh man, that's another hard scene to watch because I really like Biscuit.
Biscuit.
Biscuit. Sorry, Biscuit.
You like Biscuit?
Bingo.
But yeah, I like Biscuit. Why keep saying Biscuit? Biscuit, because he's kind of the guy that talks sense to Orga when he's kind of going too heavy
Right?
on this stuff. It's like
Right.
he's the guy who brings him down, and he's like, if you don't stop, I'm gonna quit, and that really puts Orga in his face like, oh shit, I can't meet this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
then that shit happens. You're like, oh,
yeah. That's the thing too. Is the deaths in the show like while there are a lot, each of them hit really hard.
Yeah.
Like both on an emotional level and on a narrative level. Because let's start with Akihiro's brother. Like you lose him, and that's a big impetus for Akihiro as a character to develop. And you when we lose Biscuit, and Biscuit is basically the heart and soul of Tekken. He is the conscience, and without that, you see these kids start to spiral and to lose their way, sort of. And like the thing about IPO is that this is a fucking like Greek tragedy through and through.
Yeah.
Like it's very much that kind of story, and you can feel that in how these characters are treated, how they all fit in with each other. And Biscuit in particular was a very heavy loss, not only to establish the threat of Galahorn and Carte Issue as a character, but it's also what serves to drive Decadan into like their their obsession.
Yeah. They're pretty much darker side of these
Yeah.
fucking child soldiers.
Yeah,
Uh,
the dark side of their ambition, basically.
yeah. And yeah, just like what's even worse is that you just see it. They
Yeah.
don't like cut and they show the character looking at the body and then cut away and say, "Oh, he's dead." No, they show you him slowly dying
yeah,
because he was crushed by a machine.
yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck!" He had sisters waiting back at home.
You get to see Biscuit's spine twisted, and that you're like, God damn it.
I'm like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, God, I'm sorry. That shit hits hard.
Yeah, it
But
does.
yeah. So pretty much they get on the train, they leave, and then Carta issue, Carta, Karta? That's such a weird
Karta,
name.
Karta.
Yeah,
Carter.
Karta issue pretty much follows them. And Edwin said that, oh, it kind of shows how much of a threat Karta is. I'm like, once Mika gets his hands on her, she ain't much of a threat no more.
Yeah, that's like the other side of that though. Is you pissed Mika off. It's
Yeah.
like
You pissed the wrong child
Yeah.
off. Like, dude, like seeing how Mika reacts. Like he doesn't cry. He,
Yeah.
he doesn't he doesn't do this whole crying thing. No.
yeah, but you can tell he's fucking angry.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
tell he's hurt.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could tell that he's fucking hurt. This guy doesn't show a lot of emotions in the
Mhm.
show. But you could tell that point you pissed him off.
A lot of the show is very subtextual, and
Yeah.
Mika's reaction to Biscuit's death is very much subtextual. Like,
The shit keeps making me laugh is that when this guy was like, oh, we'll give you 10 minutes, choose, fight us or hand over Cordelia. First thing they do is let out the Gundam. And then this guy's like, how dare you disrespect Lady Katra? And then he just gets whacked.
Gets curb stomped, essentially.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like
No,
that's war.
Yeah.
Sorry, you crossed the line.
You're fighting a bunch of child soldiers who are raised as slaves.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna follow some code of honor,
Yeah.
some code of conduct?
But I love
Especially
that
when they're as
one.
angry as they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I love that one guy who was just standing on his mobile suit. And then it gets hit by the Gundam, and you just see his body plop into the snow. I'm like, yeah, he's dead.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Uh,
That might be snow, but that's a broken neck for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Then pretty much he brutalizes the entire team of Karta's unit.
Especially Carta.
Especially, no, she kind of got out of there quite, I will say, not as harmed as compared to her comrades.
Yeah, well, she didn't curb stomp, but she's still pretty messed up. And then found out later that she died.
well, I mean, counter argument is all of her men died pretty quickly. Carta had a very slow death. So can you really say that she didn't suffer as much as those soldiers?
Okay, you gotta think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I love that. Like you see, Mikazuki doesn't have his weapons anymore. He gets thrown out. You see him break a sword and pretty much use it as a knife. I was
Yeah.
like, I like this boy.
Yeah.
This boy's my favorite pilot.
God.
Yeah, I don't know. I just love it when people piss off Mikazuki and regret it right after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with Mika. Don't fuck with Mika.
Don't fuck with Mika. My God, you want to live? Don't fuck with Mika.
That's another thing we have to add to the rules. Don't fuck with Mika, don't fuck with Abby.
Yeah. Because hey, even if Mika ain't as big as Abby, for sure he could kill you.
Oh, definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, moving on to what do you guys thought on Makagilis and Galio? Like pretty much they're like the kind of villains of this one.
I like the twist of McGillis that he's fighting on the other
Yeah,
side.
where he's a. Whoo boy, you really need to watch season 2.
And then his friend is like, "How could you betray me? I thought we were friends." And he's just losing his shit, trying to imagine like, how could he do this to us? My brain is split in two.
Dude, are you?
Season 2, I get it. Well,
I'm so tempted to just spill shit. Because I know, but
I mean, we
that's
can
season
just
two.
kick this conversation until season 2.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
on that topic, I will say that I actually really like Machilus and Galio as the show's like villains, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like I think they have a very interesting dynamic, not just with how they interact with our main cast, but how they interact with each other and how their relationship grows and changes over the course of the season. Like, like everyone in the show starts and ends in very different places.
Mhm.
Okay, but here's the thing though. Like by the end of the first season, like I would actually say that maybe McGillis and Galileo aren't the bad guys. Maybe Gallerhorn has a point. Maybe Tekkadan's not completely right.
That's what I love about it. Like, you know that they're doing something wrong.
Yeah, the show has like a lot of gray areas. Like Mika and Tekkadan are our protagonists, but they're
Yeah,
not exactly the heroes of this story.
they are not. Like, I love that kind of storytelling where you pretty much see.
It's great storytelling. Like,
I, I, I could
don't get
see
me wrong.
this. I could see something like this in the news where there are a bunch of teenagers or some kids pretty much committing terrorist acts, and we would pretty much look at them as the bad guys, and but you don't really know what they
Exactly.
went through and why they're doing it.
Exactly. And like we have like as the audience, we have that luxury of knowing what these kids went through. So we get why they're doing what they do. But if you look at it from another perspective, like someone could just as easily see them as the villains of the world.
Um, I will say that like Galio, oh Galio, sorry, what's his name? McGillis?
Mhm.
Kind of a fall
Yeah.
from grace in my opinion as a villain.
Mm,
Um,
what do you mean?
uh, I'll save that part for season two.
Okay.
A little bit of a spoiler for you, Enzo. Sorry,
Mhm.
but dude's kind of creepy. I love.
I mean,
He has a 9-year-old fiance.
yeah, I mean, Fiance's 9. It's kind of inherently creepy.
Like,
So do I need to call the police?
cause dude,
Bro, he is the police.
he
What are
is
you
the
gonna do?
police. He's the
Police.
head of
All
the
right.
police.
He's literally the police of this world.
And then what's even worse is it's Galio's sister. The guy he fucks over. Like
Uh,
just a big spit in her face. And then he just doesn't say anything like, "Oh, Galio died in combat with honor. I totally didn't kill him."
That's the thing I really like about Gillis, though. This is like he's just such an interesting character underneath the surface of like
Yeah.
what he puts on.
Yeah.
Like there's just so much about his character that you can dissect, and you could probably just make an entire video going into the psychology of Gillis Farid.
But like I do love it that they do go back to the roots of Gundam because these two characters, Galio and Makigilas, are pretty much based on Char Aznavour, which is the main bad guy, and Garma, which is the second in command of Char Aznavour. So I'm like, kind of odd that they put that in this show because this is far from original 079 Gundam. Like, I don't know, I found that very interesting, and I love that. I love that little reference.
Hmm.
But yeah, so speaking of that one fight that Galio and Makigilas had, what do you think of Ayn pretty much scaring you half to death, knowing that he could have killed them waifus?
Not the waifu.
That was me, man. I was like, no, laughter.
Um, Man, the guy is scary. It's like, oh god, he is the robot essentially. Especially having those.
He's
What do you
pretty
call
much
the
just a
upgrade?
brain, was it?
I don't know how to pronounce the
Pretty
upgrade.
much.
The Aliena. I don't know how to pronounce
Albiena sister.
Liana did something.
it. Yeah.
Here's
comments, please.
Japanese getting words from other countries again.
Yeah.
Make it very complicated to say.
Yeah. But his fight with Mika, I was like, I'm not sure who's gonna win. I hope
Actually,
it's
to be
Mika.
honest, I know. Like you would think that, oh, yeah, sure, he's fighting the bad guy, but for sure the main character is gonna win. No, you think from how this show was going, I don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alaya Banana. Look, I watched this in Japanese. Arayaski.
Ariatsuki.
Arayaski system.
Comments just tell us how to pronounce it. Tell me how to pronounce it below.
Yeah, yes, please. But I do love that system though. Like
Yeah.
you can't be a good mecha pilot if you don't have it. Just stop trying, man.
I give up. I give up. I'm sorry.
It's okay,
Sorry,
man.
people.
But yeah, that's the dark part of this show. Also, is the procedure of getting that system put
Yeah.
into you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fucked
yeah.
up.
What was the chance of you dying or going just pretty much paralyzed from that procedure?
I think the success rate of the procedure was like 3 in 10. So like
God,
30%.
that's just
God damn.
horrible. That's just horrible. And Mika had it three
It was a
times.
really low success rate.
Mika had it 3 times. All of the other guys pretty much sometimes 2, sometimes 1. Mika had it 3 times.
Hmm. God.
I just love that about Mika. And you can't move uh, if you're not hooked up to it.
Yeah.
Like, say you did get that procedure done, but let's say you pretty much go paralyzed neck down. You get hooked onto that thing, you could move.
Yeah.
But once you're off that thing, you can't. Which is like a very big, like you have to balance out how much you could use this machine,
Yeah.
which was a very big feature in this final fight with Ayn.
Hmm.
And I pretty much love that. Like seeing Mika go full rage.
Yeah.
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 That's another thing I like too is just how they balance Mika's power and like how it scales with the rest of the show.
Hmm.
Like he becomes really powerful, but that all comes at a cost.
Yeah.
Like especially during the fight with Ayn, where he basically has to sacrifice the use of his left eye, basically.
Yeah. Because it's not like it is not like in regular Gundam because there are new types and they have like this psychic power and they can pretty much OP it the rest of the way like in Gundam Unicorn, which Enzo has watched and hopefully we do
Yeah.
a review on.
Or like in Gundam Seed with the operators.
Is that
The
is that a request, Jomer?
Fucking Kira Space Jesus motherfucker.
his pupils dilate.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you saying,
Takes a
Enzo?
bunch of LSD.
Is that a request to do unicorn someday?
Yes, please. I would love to do Unicorn.
Alright.
Yeah, we should totally do Unicorn.
Yeah,
Unicorn's another one with like really dope Gundam designs. I think.
Yeah.
It is.
But
Like, I
yeah,
really like Unicorn's designs. Anyway, sorry.
I have a figure upstairs.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. But yeah, they're not like, oh, they learned this skill to be OP, and they just pretty much use it to the max. They spam it. Here, Mika, he has a specific amount of time, or else it goes too far, and pretty much the consequences of that is him losing his sense of a body part. So like with this one, he pretty much overdid it with his right side. So his entire upper part, waist up, is pretty much limp. Like bit by bit, you keep using this thing too much, you're gonna pretty much be paralyzed neck down. But like that's what I love about Mika though, is that he doesn't care. He did
Yeah.
not fucking care.
Yeah.
He knew the consequences, and he was like, "Nah, I gotta take that thing down, or else it's gonna kill my waifu."
I like the ending too. It's like, hey, Orga, have we finally found the place you said we would find all those years ago? Because this place is kind of pretty. It's like,
I mean, Earth, yeah.
sure.
Um.
I do like the reactions to fish. It's like, what the fuck is that?
Oh yeah,
What's it
they
move?
never had fish.
Mhm.
All they had was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, what did they have in Mars?
Mikado's Mars.
Mars
Um,
carrots.
Mars things.
Yeah.
Mars bars.
Mars bars. They had Mars bars.
Yeah, they have Mars bars, bro.
I mean, with those bodies, I doubt it. like everybody's jacked in Tekkadan. Everybody does like pull-ups like this.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, and I forgot about to mention the Tewa's ship.
They was.
Speaking of waifus, my God. Wait, was it Tewas or turbines? Turbines?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the turbines.
Yeah, turbines. pretty much
Yeah,
has.
Tewas is like the organization as a whole.
Oh, okay, okay.
Turbines are like the subset. That's it.
But like, the fact that he has maybe 80 wives and he has to pleasure them all, I'm like, damn, this man has a hard life.
It's definitely hard.
Mhm.
In so
Definitely.
many ways. But I love that by the end of it, Mika kind of took that kind of took that principle to heart.
Mm.
Because in regular Gundams, you
Unknowingly.
get the main character and the love interest. This time the main guy gets two love interests.
Mhm.
Fuck, what was the name of the Lottie girl? I forgot what her name is.
Mm.
I am
Okay.
so sorry. I need to be more prepared for this one.
You're doing fine just now, though.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, I should have the names though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Atra.
Katra. Yeah, pretty much. He has
Atra.
Katra
Atra.
and
Atra.
Cordelia.
Akira. Mm.
Atra.
Atra.
Atara.
Or
Okay,
Atra.
okay.
Yeah,
ATRA.
yeah,
Uh,
Atra. Yeah, pretty much by the end of it, this boy has two wives that he needs to take care of. Yeah, that's what you get for being a Gundam pilot, pretty much.
yeah, perks.
Yeah, yeah. So we're pretty much by at the end of the season, and yeah, question for both of you: what do you think is the future of this show
Well,
so
you know
far?
the answer for that.
I know you have season two, but I want to hear your guess. But I'll let Edwin go first since
I
he
mean,
already seen season two.
is there even anything I can say that would possibly end up like being a
Like
spoiler?
any spin-offs, any like, do you want to see more
Oh, I
of this universe? Because their story is
um
done in season two. I will
yeah.
say.
Okay. As much as I love IBO's universe and its characters, I don't want to see anymore. Like the story is done, and I am glad it's done. Like it was an amazing ride, and I'm glad I was there for it. I'm glad I experienced it, but I don't want to do it again.
Okay, question. Wait, do you think that it is a bit more depressing than Evangelion?
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh my!
Damn.
I'm in for a
Yes.
ride then. Right.
Yeah.
Because Ava's actually like kind of hopeful. Like
Mhm.
yeah, I won't say any more than that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um.
Yeah. How about you, Enzo?
So I'm so say I won't expect a happy ending for
No, no,
season two.
no, no, no. Just give out a guess on what you
Um.
want to see in this.
Yeah, what do you want to see?
I want to see Tekiden expand its horizons. I want to see it play more with its dark side. I want to see uh, what do you call the bad guys? Galahorn.
Galahorn.
Try their
Well,
best to
Gallagher.
bad guy.
bad guys to try to do everything they can to stop them, or vice
Yeah.
versa. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be another never-ending battle between those two. So I can't wait to start season two, which I'm gonna start like tomorrow or like Sunday.
Yeah. There is a manga called Iron Blooded Orphans Gecko, and I've been reading it so far, and this is where this guy comes in. But sadly, the author is not continuing the story so
Hmm.
far, and it's been 3 years, and I am losing hope. But I really do want to see them finish it and pretty much adapt it to animation, because I really want to see more. Hopefully, not as depressing. but yeah,
IBO is
so
just pain.
IBO is just pain, so much
Yeah,
pain.
yeah. It's like Game of Thrones, but they didn't botch the ending.
Okay.
The good part of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's like everything good about Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
So it's like they just ended in season four.
yeah,
Pretty much.
Okay.
yeah. Same runtime too.
All right.
But yeah, so what would you guys give this show? Like, any ratings?
Um, I'll go first. Yes, it is a slow start, but I like slow burns. Like, I know John and I both like Blade Runner 2049. That movie is pacing as, but it's great. But like, As one of few Gundam animes I watched, I really like this one. I can't wait to see more. And that's the thing, I'm really excited to start season 2. So I'm gonna give this a big, I think this is a big 9 out of 10.
I will say, dude. Hey, think you give this one a 10.
I said 9.
Nine.
Oh, 9, 9.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I heard 10. Dude, I'll recommend you more Gundam shit like right after this,
Okay.
because you're really missing out on some really good ones.
Okay.
Anyway, how about you, Edwin? Like, what's your rating on this one?
Um, I am giving it an 8 out of 10. The show did a lot of things right. Like a lot of things right. Like the show is fucking like season 1 is fantastic. Not just like in its storytelling, but just how it ties everything together and makes all the characters feel important. Like there is very little wasted here. Actually, like yeah, actually I'm just saying 8 because like that that beginning was a little bit slow. So there are some pacing issues there, but once it gets going, it really gets going. And like there are no breaks on this train. So yeah, 8 out of 10. I love the action scenes. I love the characters. It's just uh yeah, that was like this little start. Move that to an 8.5.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty much the same with you, man. 8.5 for me. Cause like, yeah, it does go slow, but as you said, once it goes. Which is weird because it doesn't stop even in once season 2 starts. It doesn't stop.
Oh my, okay.
Yeah, dude, it does.
Yeah.
Enzo, that's what I'm telling you. Once you start season 2, it's just a whole roller coaster ride.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
but yeah, the story isn't compelling and shit, and it's different compared to other Gundam stories. And I have watched a
Yeah,
lot of Gundam.
yeah, it's a very refreshing change of pace.
Yeah, it is. And like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's a solid 8 out of 10. I really can't wait for Enzo to watch IBO season 2. So pretty much this is our Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans review or spoiler talk.
I do have a question for both of you because I want to see your
Oh,
reactions. It was announced recently that for the first time in Hollywood, there will be a live adaptation of Gundam. At the helm will
oh.
be Jason Ford Roberts, who did Kong Skull Island. What do you guys think of this news?
Look,
bro. Jamar, go first.
I have high hopes because I did enjoy
Skong?
Kong's, Kong Skull Island, but like, this is gonna be hard. Because I know this guy would like, I'm pretty sure this guy would have an amazing idea. But would people, like, would the companies allow him to, do the things right?
And it's under
You,
Warner Brothers.
yeah. Oh, no.
That's the thing. That's the thing too. As far as I know, it's still on Warner Brothers.
Okay, how about you, Edwin? What are your thoughts on the fucking Gundam movie?
Okay, Hollywood needs to stop fucking
Uh-oh.
doing these live action. Like,
Can
Hollywood,
can you say that again?
like,
Because you kind of froze. Hollywood needs to
Yeah,
stop.
yeah, cut out.
yeah, I was just gonna say Hollywood needs to fucking stop with these live action anime adaptations. Live action adaptations of like any animated media in general. Like I have not liked a single live action adaptation of anything they have done, except for maybe Maleficent. That was pretty alright
Okay.
for the time. For the time, like Hollywood just needs to fucking stop. I have zero faith in this project. Like,
Okay, Rurouni Kenshin's pretty sick.
yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna it's gonna be fucking whitewashed for sure.
For sure, it's gonna be whitewashed because it
For
is
sure.
the story of Gundam is pretty much Americans versus the Nazis.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be whitewashed. It's gonna be toned down for PG audiences. I mean, which I mean, like, it's fine, I guess, because like a lot of them pretty PG, but again, like not really, because you do have all that blood and gore. So, like, I can't find it in myself to be excited about the live action Gundam adaptation.
Yeah, same here, man.
Like, of course, like I want it to be good. I just don't think it's going to be.
I'll give it some hope. But if it sucks, and we'll do a review on it.
Yes.
But if it's good, it's good, and we'll do a review on it.
Yeah.
So
He's also doing the Metal Gear movie with Oscar Isaac as Solid Snake.
this one maybe, because Metal Gear is pretty much designed to be a movie.
Yeah, but like a 2 hour movie.
Yeah. Hopefully, hopefully it's cut up
Uh,
properly.
the
But
main
yeah.
point of this talk is Jason Ward Roberts. Please do these licenses justice.
Please don't let Warner Bros. Do anything to hinder you from actually doing this right.
Don't listen to stupid producers too. Like, why we should whitewash like that? Just tell them to shut the fuck up.
I think the Ghost in the Shell main character is supposed to be Wang.
Make it Scarlett Johansson. Like, shut up.
Okay, look, if it's anything like Pacific Rim, maybe I'll like it. But Gundam is not Pacific Rim. Is it?
Hell no.
Like it's like they're both mecha, but they're very far apart from each other in terms of the kind of content they cover. But like if they just give us Pacific Rim, then like I won't bitch about it because
Okay.
like optimistically speaking, that's I think that's the best case scenario.
Okay. I really want to see Guillermo del Toro do a Gundam movie now. Now that you mentioned Pacific Rim, I'm like, will he do it right? Maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, John Moore, take us home.
Yeah. Pretty much is the end of our video. Where can they find you, Edwin? By the way.
Yes, as always, you can find me on twitch.tv/Yurdi. Link will be in the description below. I'm a Twitch streamer who streams Final Fantasy 14 on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And for the Philippines, that is Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, about 9 a.m. Philippine time. So if you like our content, if you like me,
Be like me.
maybe you like me. Maybe check the channel out. Come chill, shoot the shit. It's all good. So
Yeah.
check that out. Thank you for making it this part of the video to see me plug my channel. I guess.
Yeah. How about you, Enzo? Where can they find you?
As always, Instagram and Twitter, links down below. How about you, John Moore?
Oh yeah, you can find me at Instagram at Jom Geom all caps.
Yeah.
So please, you need.
I would say we're gonna have a lot more anime stuff to cover in the future.
Oh yeah, please.
And
Yeah, a lot of content lined up.
I'll say this right now: if we reach 100, there is a special video in store for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I say
Actually,
Do you want to?
no.
All right.
No.
Keep it to ourselves.
Just we would like to take this time to make a special announcement that for our 100 subscriber goal. If we reach that milestone, we have a very special video
Yes.
planned for all of you. And without saying too much, this channel is called Geeks and Degenerates. We've mostly covered just geek shit, and after 100 subscribers, we're gonna get into some more culture things.
Mm-hmm.
The culture
things.
Cultured,
Yeah.
not degenerates, but cultured.
Well, it is very degenerate in nature, but
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah, so
yeah, I'm closing it off. Yeah, please follow social distancing, wear a mask, please get vaccinated, and we are out.
Goodbye.
ciao.